Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I've just eaten 3 donuts, so I'm like...
I may or may not have just found that.
I have had a few drinks before each one.
Oh,
but I
yeah,
had
I just said.
one of them, I just had wine with her.
Yeah. Well, why not?
Why not?
I was just thinking of
health and fitness.
I know. Oh, don't. I have been so bad recently. Not bad. Like, I've still been macro tracking, but like, I just don't have much of an appetite at the moment.
It's heat as well, isn't it?
I think it is that. Like, I'm just getting my carbs from fruit a lot.
Yeah. Well, literally, I checked in with my coach this morning, and she was literally like, "Where's your check-in? Why haven't you filled in your sheet?" And I'm like, "Because are we still doing that?" But apparently we are. And she just said to me, "You're not eating enough. You need to eat more carbs." Yeah. And then these 4 donuts turned up, so I was like, "I'm gonna have 3 of them."
Well, there you go then.
And now I'm like, maybe I should have some protein today.
Were the donuts worth it?
Yeah, you know, donut time. They do these decorate them yourself. They're amazing. Oh, I'll have to send you a link. They're such good gifts as well.
Oh,
so you're like, send me it right now.
Like, do they deliver?
One of the questions was like, do you diet for a photo shoot? And I'm like, I don't diet for anything.
You know what? That's a funny question, because like with photo shoots for me, there are some that I want to diet for. Like if I'm doing a fitness one, I want to diet. But then if I'm doing more of a lingerie one, I don't think it looks as good when you're really, really lean. Yeah. So that's why I don't really do stuff like that when I'm like really close to a competition. Yeah. I just think you're a bit fuller, you're a bit curvier.
And your face doesn't look so bloody like mine is. That's the. I was just hoping that the donuts go straight to my face. Yeah, I was in prep when lockdown started, so I was like 4 weeks out.
You're quite lean anyway.
Yeah, I was quite lean, and I've stayed quite lean somehow. I don't know why. Yeah. Maybe it's because it's hot. I haven't wanted to eat that much.
Yeah, I think that's my thing.
But now I've got
I'm doing my cardio in the morning. Yeah,
my coach was literally just like, you want to grow, you've got a gym at your house, like you need to eat. And I was like, yeah, I know all of this. But I'm not going to do it. I mean, no, I'm going to really try. You know, like...
Yeah, no, I'm definitely trying. I'm tracking again.
I had this kind of realisation last week that if I don't pull my finger out, I'm going to lose 4 months of my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, because...
I just feel like I'm losing 4 months of my life anyway. But yeah, it's like, I can't believe it's nearly the end of May.
It's crazy. Like literally half of a year, nearly.
Yeah.
I've achieved nothing.
Like, I didn't even realise. No, that's the thing. I like, even my holidays, I'm just kind of at the point now where I didn't even realise. My mum was like, "Oh, we should be in New York," and I was like, "It's that time of year already." Like, what?
I literally said to my boss, like, "I'm taking the whole of December off." And he was just like, and I was like, "Yeah, I am. I'm going to Asia for the whole of December because we're not going to have any holidays before then."
Are you going to stay with Karina again?
Yeah, I think so. We don't know where we're going to go, but we probably will do Thailand for Christmas because there's like a whole group of people there. But I think I might go to Philippines. So
that would be stunning.
We'll see. Thailand, I mean, there's so much to see, right? I've been twice and I haven't even done a tiny bit of it.
Surface, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing.
What about you? Have you got any holidays planned or like that you want?
Well, we were supposed to be in LA at the beginning of April, and then I was supposed to go to New York with my mum beginning of May. So we're just going to move those, but we were supposed to be getting married next year. And now we're moving that a year because so many people are moving their weddings to next year.
Yeah.
But we're like, my brother was like, "I've got 4 weddings in 3 weeks."
It's crazy, like, isn't it?
Well, mine's priority, but it's just like...
I feel so bad for the people that... My friend, her wedding venue is just fucking her around. It's in October. They won't let her change the date. And it's like, come on, like everything else is like cancelled. Yeah, and they've been such bastards. So I'm hoping...
mine are all right, but we've only paid the deposit, so. But yeah, That's that. Never mind. I
You've
just want
got
to take them
enough.
day
Do
by
you know
day.
what? With that stuff, if it's the right person, it doesn't matter when you do it, right? Because it doesn't
Exactly.
change anything. It's just a really
No.
nice party.
Other than I'm like, am I supposed to change my Instagram tag?
You could have
That's
your
the only thing
stage
that's stressing
name.
me out, you know.
What's his surname?
Hemmings.
Oh, that's a nice name. If you could change it to that. If it was a bad name, I would have been like,
Yeah.
just keep yours. Just keep yours. Mine's my wedding. Mine's my maid. I was married. I'm divorced, and I've kept my surname from him instead of going back to my maiden name, because I thought I got divorced at 26, and I thought I'll probably get married again at like 30, 31, and I'm 38, and I'm like, wow. Still got this German surname that no one can say.
Wait, is he like German or anything?
No, I'm English. I'm from London.
You know, I just assumed you had something in you because of your name.
No, it was my ex-husband's name. So yeah, I didn't think I would still have it by now. But less about my diabolical love life. Let's talk about fitness modeling.
Yes. Modeling, photo shoots. What have you got for me? Sorry, I'm like on a blow up bed at the moment.
Of course you are.
It's the kids' bed.
Just maybe let's just talk about like how did you even get into it? 'Cause obviously we competed together. Fucking hell, how long ago? 5 years?
I think was that both of our first competition.
Yeah, 2014.
Oh
God, how things have changed, huh?
I know.
It was 2014.
Yeah.
Yes. So obviously back then it was like your first kind of foray into fitness, really, wasn't it? But you were already doing a bit of modelling, or you just started there?
So the way that I got into competing was actually because so I wasn't in a great relationship at the time, and I was doing fashion modelling. I was so skinny, but like I had quite a sharp face as well, like you said, with the jaw, and because I was so skinny, so that worked out fine. And I went to this like training academy, so I've actually done training as a model, which like a lot of people don't know, but yeah, I just used to sign up for courses all the time to do new stuff, and I did learn a lot there. But they got it in my head that if I was ever going to be able to do modeling, I like had to be even skinnier, and so I kept losing weight, and they said you've got to lose muscle as well. At the time I was like I think I was 17 then, and I was still on and off with karate. I'd been doing it 15 years, and they were like, you need to lose some muscle, you need to stop eating and stop exercising. That was my genuine advice to be a fashion model. So I got like unhealthy skinny, and then I found out I was too short.
I am so glad that you're too short, because otherwise I would have had to compete against you that day.
You were 169, weren't you? And I was under.
Yeah, like I'm 173, nearly 174.
Are you?
I'm tall. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm always one of the tallest on the stage.
Yeah.
Apart from that day, the other two were bloody gigantic. Emma B.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I can't remember the other girl's name. They were so tall, about 5'11" each. I'm 5'8".
Yeah, and that was a big show as well, wasn't it? Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest ones I've done, you know?
Really?
First one ever, yeah.
Honestly, it's like all in a bubble. Like I hardly remember anything apart from us all just backstage having a gossip and a laugh, and then.
No, I know. Well, that's actually what got me into it, was winning that. So basically, I went from the fashion modelling, and I was like, I'm too short. And at this point in life, I was like, nothing will stop me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Anxiety, none of that stuff. It was like, if I want it, why can't I have it? I was like, how am I going to be a model without being a fashion model? And I don't really have a commercial face. I'm like, I'm better at posing. I can't do like, you know, oh, I'm pretending to eat an ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at the supplements posts and stuff.
Yeah.
But like fashion was my thing. So I was just like, well, what about fitness modeling? Because I got told to lose muscle. So maybe I could go back to karate, get my muscle back, and try fitness modeling. And at the same time, my friend had just signed up to do sorry, the kids are downstairs. Just signed up to do like just with a coach. And the relationship I was in at the time wasn't allowed social media, so I didn't know that like Instagram was a thing.
We've all had one.
We've all learned from our mistakes.
Yeah.
And I've gone blank. What have I done?
I was going to be a fitness model. That's it.
So, but he had Instagram, and he was like, do you mind going on my Instagram and commenting on people's pictures? It helps my engagement. So I was on his, like, commenting and stuff, and I found this fitness model, and I was like, here's Michelle Lewin.
Yeah.
Girl crush.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I doing? Why aren't I trying to be a fitness model? And then, so I signed up with the same coach that my best friend was signed up with, and I just went into it. Like, I fell in love with the gym straight away.
Yeah.
Like, I think I went, and this is like the longest I've been without since, obviously. And then it was winning that show, I got a message from Chris Bailey, who was like, do you want to come and do a fitness photo shoot for winning for Muscle and Fitness?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I transitioned into fitness. And he was like, yeah, bring some little shorts and some sports bras. And I was there with, like, you know, those running shorts that are like the windproof ones. And he was like, is that what you brought? And I was like, oh, am I supposed to be sexier than this? So we like rolled them up a bit, and yeah, we got that shoot. But that's kind of where it all started, and I thought,
what a great photographer to do your first fitness shoot with.
I had John Plummer do the writing. I had an interview with him, and it was a 6-page spread.
Amazing.
And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, you're a really good model. And I was like, thanks. Like, this isn't really my like thing. I'm more fashion. But then from there, I was just like, I love training. I want to build muscle. I love the way these people look. Like Michelle Lewin, I literally I think she was my background on my phone for like a year.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how that happened.
And now you're much better at taking outfits to photo shoots.
Yes.
One of the questions is about like outfits and like concepts and stuff, because obviously different photographers have different styles, but some of them would control you, but some of them don't, right? They just tell you to do your thing and bring your own outfit, like whatever you want to wear. How do you deal with like, and how do you navigate that, and where do you get your ideas from and outfits?
Yeah, so I mean, it's so different for any kind of shoots. Like for me, with outdoor shoots, I would wear anything, like, because you can, it's all about the body shapes and the poses you pull. And like, I mean, I've been to, when I was in America doing a shoot, I went to a thrift store before the shoot, and I literally just bought some like knitted cardigans and stuff, and it's about the way that you wear them. It's more than what you're wearing. But I think for outdoor shoots, you don't want... Where are you gone?
My cat wants to sit on my lap. It's never ending. I'm a single mum.
Oh, baby. But yeah, no, the outdoor shoots, I find like literally you can wear anything. And I try and avoid like wearing underwear or swimwear or anything like that when I'm outdoors.
Yeah.
There's stuff I wouldn't a normal day. Yeah, exactly. And like stuff you wouldn't be able to wear out the house.
Yeah.
And because of the posing, like some stuff, like I will have a hole in it this side, or it's all about where you hold it. And if it's a shoot like that, I will go in my wardrobe on the morning. I'll be like, right, denim jacket, some shorts. You want some jackets, you want tight trousers or shorts or anything like that. That's the one thing I would say, unless you're doing more of a fashion shoot, you always want tighter bottoms. And then the top can be baggy, there can be anything, but it's different for everyone with the body type. Like some people are more flat chested. I can't wear anything high neck because of the fact it will like fall off my boobs.
Yeah, it just makes you look mumsy, doesn't it, when you've got big boobs?
But then that's where you're like, well, actually, depending on the posing, could I make it work? Because you could have a really baggy top on, but then pull it to the side, and you've got a completely different look. Or a photo from the back where you've got the top up and you've got your bum showing. So I think what I try and do is work with what I've got before I go and buy stuff, because I think that's when you get different shots, is when you're trying to make something out of nothing. Does that make sense? Like, I could be like, oh my God, I've got nothing to wear, but I've got this really cool top, and then I will just go through my wardrobe, I'll find some denim shorts, roll them down and be like, okay, that looks cool. But no one else will have done that because it's not something I've copied. So that's for, I mean, I don't know if that really helps at all, if it makes sense.
No, it
does. And I always pose in the mirror before I go to the shoot in the outfit. I'm like, okay, what looks good? I can, with me, I now remember, I'm sorry, my hair looks really stupid like that. With me,
I keep just like, oh, that looks better. Oh no, that looks stupid. We'll go that way.
I'm like sweating in the, like, it's so hot in this room. But yeah, so I think if you know your poses, then you don't need to take pictures or anything, but do always practice in the outfit. And then if you're not so sure, just take a picture, take a selfie, put it on self-timer, get your poses, and then you can show the photographer, say, like, this is the pose I know I can do, because you might see a pose on someone else, and if you see it on someone else, it might not suit you. Like, you don't know what they really look like in person when you see their pictures. So their body might bend a different way, they might have bigger glutes, smaller waist, bigger boobs, smaller boobs, anything.
And edited, right?
And exactly, like, that's why I do try and post a couple of pictures where I'm like not edited, because I know that that's not really me, and I don't want people to think like that they want to try and aspire to be like that, because that's not even me.
I did a photo shoot like 2 weeks after World Championships last year, and obviously I was in mega shape. She still nipped my waist right in this little one picture, you know, like, and smoothed out some skin.
Did you get annoyed about it?
Oh, I didn't mind. One of the things though, she took off, I've got a tramp stamp on my lower back, haven't we? And she edited it out and sent me this back shot, and I just wrote back, I can't believe you removed my tattoo. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, joking. Don't want some old wings on my back. But I was quite shocked that she had to edit it that much, because I was in such good shape, you know. I was the leanest I've ever been in my life. I had a six-pack. But obviously it just made the photo pop more. It's more dramatic. It was beautiful. But I never imagined in 100 years I'd be getting edited, my waist even smaller when it's like 23 inches like that day, you know?
Like, I've genuinely taken pictures down. I've posted them because I paid for them. With like, then, and I'm like, that doesn't look like me. Or if I can see where it's been edited, like sometimes I've had a photo back and I haven't even realised. And I could genuinely say to you, has it been edited? I'm not sure. But then there are some where it's like one thing that I can't stand is when people make my boobs bigger. I'm like, they're big enough.
There's no need.
There's no need. So yeah, like I think there's a fine line, and the shoots that I prefer the most are when it's airbrushed rather than like changing the shape of the people.
I hate when my face is over airbrushed though. When my face starts to look like a doll, I'm just like, dude, where's my skin gone? Like,
especially because you've got such prominent cheek lines as well, that you wouldn't want your face too smooth because you've got the shape. And I know how to give myself the shape, and I'll go into some like tips for modeling in a bit. But like, there's times when I know my face and I'm like, that's not right, you've done something. And there was one time when a guy edited my nose, and I'm like, I literally hate my nose, but I didn't ask you to edit it, and now you've edited it. I feel bad about it.
What are you trying to say about my nose?
I know. I was like, it doesn't look like me, because then my eyes are too far apart, because I'm like, I've got a bigger nose, but then the rest of my face fits. So
I've got a friend, and she's a fashion model, and she's got a large beauty spot on her nose, and when it gets taken off, she hates it because it's like a part of her face, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but yeah, these whoever's editing the photo is like, oh no, that's no good.
Yeah, yeah. And I've had people change my eye, like make my eyes really blue, and I'm like, I have very blue eyes anyway.
Yeah.
I like the colour of my eyes. You don't need to make them look fake blue.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like again, that's just something you have to have a good relationship with the photographer.
Yeah.
And also just tell them what you want. Like, I have been that person who doesn't like to say what I want, doesn't want to upset anyone, and at the end of the day, it's a photo of me, and like some of them have gone viral, and I'm like, oh my god, you've done this or you've done that, and I'm like, I don't want anyone to see that picture, so now it's gone viral and it doesn't look like me, so you'd rather tell them.
Yeah.
Your kids screaming. I think they're looking for their shoes. I think we've got a couple of questions. Oh no, I love it. Oh no, that's just. I don't know if I'm coming to Dubai this year. No, not sure.
I don't even know if we're allowed, right?
I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where I'm going, when I'm going, but no. But yeah, so that's more like talking about sorry, my stand is falling. Okay. Like shoots where it's more clothes and stuff, but I get a lot of questions about lingerie.
Yeah.
And where I get it from, and how I style it and everything like that.
I literally, you did a shoot with AK and you had this blue, and I was literally like, blue with red hair is like so good. So I was literally like, save that, ask her where she got that later. And then I'm like, just go to Ann Summers.
Yeah, it was Ann Summers.
Yeah.
But that one I think I got online because they didn't have it in the store we have. But no, there are times when I can spend so long looking for lingerie, like, and I mean, I should probably do some work sometime. Hope not. But like, I'm like at work just scrolling through, like, Love Honey, Ann Summers, Honey Burdette, that's quite expensive. But then you can find stuff like, I've had some bodysuits on Pretty Little Thing. And
ASOS
like,
do some cool bodysuits as well, and
you know
lingerie.
I can't cope with ASOS.
Why? Too much.
It gives me anxiety. There's so much on there.
So much.
Like, I will do a filter and I will be like, right, I want it to be this color, this shape, this many straps, this size, and like
still 100.
and it's like 10,257, and I'm like, no.
Whereas I'm like, order it all, I'll send most of it back, and then like literally 3 things go back, and I'm like, when it's Christmas party season for work, I cannot tell you, I spend about £700 on there, and I keep one dress and I send the rest back. It's so bad.
I know. I couldn't do that. I wore the same dress for like 4 years running.
That's good though.
I'm like a bit of a like when I was an accountant full time, I hated it, but I didn't realise I hated it. I thought I hated the place.
Yeah.
So like I kept changing. So I was like, well, I'm at a different place and I'll see my Christmas outfit.
Yeah.
It's funny because the first time I wore it, I was like really skinny, hadn't had a boob job.
I was going to say, like, your body's changed so much over the years. How do you still
every time there was just like some years it was like a bit. I think there were 2 years it was really short and my boobs were like out because I had a hole in here. And then there are other years where it was just like you couldn't even see anything there, and it was like, oh, it looked quite like, you know.
I have that with my Christmas jumper. So I've got a Christmas jumper that I wear every year. Some years it fits, some years it doesn't. Depends if I competed that year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I actually ended up wearing that same dress for my mum's Christmas parties as well, because where I have been the last 2 years, I work in a garage now, like a vehicle servicing garage.
Yeah.
Which is like brings out the tomboy in me. But like, because we don't do anything, I was like, Mum, can I come to your Christmas parties? You're +1. My dad doesn't dance. So like, I was like, get out again. I think that was the 5th year. But yeah, no, I'm like, in terms of shopping, considering like the different outfits you see in all my photo shoots and stuff, I hate shopping.
Yeah.
But I can make anything work. Like, I just gave one of my tops that I wore to a shoot to my stepson because it's aged 4 to 5, but it was a t-shirt and I wore it as a crop top.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, that's one way to get a tight top, but like not spend loads. It was a Yankees one, so I didn't want to spend loads of money on it.
I've got a Harry Potter top, and it's
Yeah.
like a little crop, and I love it, and I like send it to guys, and I'm like, this is a child's age 12. Like,
Exactly, but it look, and if it does the job, then you're like,
yeah.
fine. So yeah, like with photo shoots, I honestly think as long as it's either tight or can be pulled against your curves, it will work. And that's how I see it. Like, there's different levels of what can be seen as a bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I find it really difficult to word things like this, but like, I have a certain level of modesty.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
And the way I see it is, if my dad would be okay with it,
mm-hmm.
if my fiance would be okay with it, and like, say my stepkids, they were at school and a picture of me came up, as long as I'm okay with those people seeing it, then I'm okay with it, and as long as they're okay. And I think it's really subject to your like, it can be anything. Like, for example, a lot of it's my upbringing, the way that I've been, like, I don't want to say anything in the wrong way.
No
but,
nipples, okay? We ain't doing no nipples.
Exactly. I wouldn't get my boobs out.
You know, we go on stage in
go
tiny little bikinis. Yeah. It's like my Instagram. I'm very careful not to put anything too suggestive because I work in a corporate job.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Anything that is on there is from stage. It's those poses. So even the sexier ones, it's a transition pose. You know, it's never anything too much apart from my gold bunny ears photo shoot, which is a bit too much.
But I think at the same time with a photo shoot, it's not like you're just doing it for attention. A photo shoot you're doing for you primarily. Whenever I do a photo shoot, it's because I feel good. I feel good about my body. I feel confident, and I'm like, do you know what? I've worked for like my shape, but at the same time, I'm doing something I love. And then, as long as it's those things, other people's opinions shouldn't matter. And as long as you can rock whatever your level is, go for it. Like, some people will do topless and they do absolutely amazing out of it. As long as they're comfortable with it and they're happy that everyone around them is, not everyone around them in terms of, like, you don't do things for other people, but if it's going to come back to you, like, for example, if I was like, I want to put a topless picture up on OnlyFans, my fiance said, no, I don't want you to, then there would be a problem if I did it. But as long as you're happy to do it and go through with it and you feel confident, then I think it's up to yourself and your own levels. And that's something I've been working on so much recently, is just doing things for me and because I want to, or I think they're right or wrong, or do you know what I mean? Because I've spent so long letting other people's opinions influence me. And to the point where, like, I did a photo shoot topless. And I didn't want to do it. At the time, I felt pressured into it. He was like, take your top off, just get these shots. And I was like, okay, but I'm never going to use them. But I felt like I couldn't say no. And now I look back to that, I'm really upset about that. Because although nothing happened to those photos and they were deleted straight away, I don't like the fact that I was succumbed to the pressure of it. And I would, if I could say to every girl out there, just stick to what you believe in and don't let anyone pressure you, because I have been there and it was horrible.
I know men that have been there as well, doing the male modeling, you know, and they feel like they've been taken advantage of and like coerced into something as well. And
I just think that that's so unfair. But at the same time, if you're comfortable with it, then you go for it. Like, whatever makes you feel good, and that is when you're going to get the best pictures. So, like, for me, like, my best piece of advice is just do whatever makes you feel confident. And also, here's one tip I do have, is the least confident outfit you've brought that you feel it. The outfit that you feel least confident in, if it's like because you're not sure it fits right or anything like that, wear that first.
Okay.
So and I don't mean least confident as in like you're like, oh my god, this one's a bit more revealing. I mean like you're not confident as in it doesn't make you feel like a queen.
Yeah.
Like if you've got any outfits like that, wear them first in the photo shoot, because that's when you're still warming up, you're getting used to the photographer, and everything like that. And you might not like those pictures, so you don't want to go in with your best outfit first. I would say you have 5 outfits, third or fourth, sorry. You still want to be looking fresh.
Yeah.
So, but you want to get that shot and get your angles, and also how the photographer takes photos, because one thing that I've learned is how to change expression, stay in the right pose for the certain amount of time. So this is why I'm really bad at these things, because I just go off on tangents.
No, it's good. It's really useful.
But like, so you've got one outfit, you know you love this outfit, and you want to do this pose, you know you love that pose, but the photographer takes photos quite quickly. You don't need to keep changing poses. You could do the same pose and be like, right, I'm gonna get this right. And even if the photographer's taking 1 picture every 5 minutes or 20 pictures every 1 minute, you get until you feel like you've got it. So for example, if I'm doing a pose, I'll just kind of show you, but like, right, I can't really show you this. It's actually deflating.
It's off season, babe.
Oh my lap. So like, say this is the photo, I would do and this is my favorite pose in the world, my best outfit, lighting's perfect. I would do like, you look that way, you look down, you look at the camera, you look to the side, you smile, you frown, you and that's, so the way that I do it, and I do it with I do it on stage as well. I tell a story, and I got this piece of advice as stage advice from my friend Wale. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah,
he's a WFF.
He trains at my gym, actually.
Oh, does he? Yeah. So he gave me this piece of advice years ago, and I've transitioned it into modeling and kind of made it my own. And it was just to tell a story as if, like, you know, you're the king and you've already won it.
Yeah.
Or the queen. So you walk on stage and you're kind of telling a story as if to be like, yeah, I'm here, I've won it. And it gives you that, like, because it is acting, really.
It's stage presence, right?
Yeah, it's stage presence.
Yeah,
but
I do
believe
the same
it,
thing.
like you're playing that character that has already won.
Yeah.
Then it's just going to show. So in photo shoots, the way that I do it is I think, well, okay, I'm a professional model. Everyone out here, like, they're opening the front cover of a magazine or something like that, or the middle pages, and it's a double spread of me. And you've just got to have that confidence. But then at the same time, the way I do the facials is I tell a story and I say, okay, right, so I'm here and I'm really fierce. And then I'm like, no, I'm just kidding, I'm actually really cute. And then I'm like, but that guy over there is really hot, so I'm going to put my sexy face on. And then you can just do it like that and be like, oh no, actually I'm really shy, I don't want to look at the camera. And then, like, you kind of look up and be like, oh, he's over there, I can see him still. And you can get so many different facials out of believing the story you're telling. So before you go in to the photo shoot, you have a story that has all these different, like, scenarios in. You can put yourself into the shoes of that character or that situation. Yeah. So, like, and just pretend the camera is that person. Like, it's the boy that you really fancy, so you're trying to, like, flirt with the camera. Or, you know, you're really pissed off. You could do more of a, like, stern sort of look, and that's really good when you've got more muscle and you're feeling a bit stronger. Yeah. And you're like, you go in and you think, I'm Wonder Woman. Yeah. And you could go from being Wonder Woman and be like, no, actually, I'm in the army. You know what I mean? And you can get all these different characters that have different, like, auras about them, and it will show in you if you start thinking about it whilst you're modeling. Also, don't forget to suck your stomach in, stick your bum out, do this, do that.
Mine is shoulders back, because my posture's so bad, I always have to remember to pull my shoulder back. Yeah,
I'm completely the same. Yeah. But that's another one. And another thing that people do, which is a good piece of advice, is lift their shoulders up when they turn. So, like, say someone said look over your shoulder, a lot of people lift their shoulder up.
Yeah.
You want to keep that shoulder down so you've still got a neck.
Yeah.
And just little things like that is just all about, if you want to sit in front of the mirror and just pose, you do it. Like some days I will feel good about myself, or I've done my makeup nice and I'm like, I'm just going to practice my eyes, and I'll cover the rest of my face and I'll be like angry eyes or like smiley eyes, sexy eyes and stuff like that. Like if you love something or if you want to be good at it, you practice it. And that's what I do with modeling, because it's what I always wanted to do. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to be a career, but it's always going to be something on the side.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been getting on the tube and seeing your face over. I was literally like,
short hair. I'm lucky I wasn't wearing my glasses that day. Jesus. Yeah.
It wasn't the sexy shoots I'm used to seeing you in.
To anyone that's like watching this and doesn't know what she's talking about, I did a photo shoot for my accountancy qualification. It's the AAT, the accounting technicians, and I basically put a picture on Twitter that I was revising whilst I think I was revising while I was on the treadmill or something like that. And I put the picture on Twitter and they contacted me and said, will you come and do a photo shoot? It was actually for a magazine article. So in the AAT, Accounting Technician magazine, which I used to get every month, they did an article on me as to how bodybuilding has improved my productivity in accounting. I'd like to be honest with you, if anything, it's made me hate accounting, but I'll take the article. And I literally, I think it was like 6 months later, they were like, do you mind if we use it for our promotion for the next course? And I was like, yeah, go on then, fine. Next thing, I'm going to get plastered my face with my little geeky accounting face, plastered over London tubes and magazines. It was everywhere. Like, I was sat looking at my face like, the things that didn't look like me, so it was all right, because it was like a year and a half after the picture had been taken.
Yeah,
that was when I had a mental breakdown and decided to cut all my hair off. So
as you do.
But yeah, so there's that. Didn't get a penny for it.
Oh god.
So that's what I mean, because I was just like, yeah, fine. But the reason they asked me was because they knew what was going to happen with the pictures, and I didn't. So, never mind.
How do you choose your photographers for the shoots that you want to do, not the ones you're paid for?
Well, it's actually quite hard for me to find photographers that I really want to work with in the UK, because a lot of the styles I love are actually Australian, and a few American. I really like, I think she's Canadian, the can't remember her name, forgot. Sorry, that's not very helpful. But again, she's in Canada, so it's fine for anyone watching from here. And she, it's just a style. And I kind of put together a mood board of the sort of pictures that I like, but also ones that would suit me. I mean, I love some cute pictures where people have got their teddy bears and their hair looking all pretty. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm more I'm a bit of a tomboy, a bit rugged. I would rather do the sort of shoot that's I'd rather go and get muddy or get wet. Not probably weren't the best examples. I go to a mud photo shoot and get really wet. But what I mean is, I don't mind doing it outdoors. I don't mind. I think, did you see the one where I was climbing on gravestones?
No, I thought you were going to say in the water, and I was like, I saw that one. Gravestones.
Yeah, no, it was
one.
This tall as well, and I climbed up it to get a creepy picture for Halloween.
Amazing.
But anyway, the styles I like, I would just search photographers through tagged pictures of people.
Yeah.
So if someone has a picture that I like that's on the explore page, just look at the tag and see the photographer. And a lot of the times, they're photographers that are more local are also following those photographers because they like the style and they want to get the ideas from them. So in terms of looking for them, it is, you kind of do have to do the work and look for photos you like and then find the photographer. But for me, more importantly than liking the photos is liking the photographer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have worked with a few photographers that I really haven't liked, and one of them is the most money I've ever spent in my life on a photo shoot. Like, I don't, a lot of the time I don't pay for photo shoots, a lot of the time I do. Sometimes I'm paid, sometimes it's a collaboration, and sometimes I pay for them. It's just how it is, because I love doing it, and if I go a bit dry with the income, then I'll pay for one.
Yeah.
And the photographer that I have seen take incredible photos, because I didn't click with him, you could see in my face that I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't want to be there. I didn't like the photos. I felt awkward. I couldn't pose. And it just felt like he was trying to get me in and out. So the great thing about Instagram is that you can just like comment on someone's picture, or you can watch their videos and see how their personality is on that, or you can send them a DM. And there's nothing wrong with messaging a photographer saying, hey, could we have a call just to discuss this? And at the end of the day, like, every business has someone will inquire, get a quote, and then say, no, actually it's not for me. That's the same as every business. So don't feel bad about saying no to a photographer if you're chatting to them about an idea and you don't feel like you click with them. There's nothing wrong with saying, do you know what, actually I'm just going to leave it. So always start a conversation with the photographer before you book a shoot, in my personal opinion, because that is what shows in the face. Ask people. Again, if you see someone, the majority of people on Instagram are going to be nice, and if then you might get a bad remark or a bad response, or no response at all. And what have you lost from it? Nothing really. They're just not that nice person if they've said something horrible. And if they haven't, then you've gained something from it, and you might be able to get some advice. So, like, if anyone does want any advice on photographers that I've worked with, I'm more than happy to answer questions about how they are and everything. So, like, don't be afraid to just ask people. Like, say, hey, I love this picture, and comment on the page. If you don't get a DM response, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're ignoring you. Like, I've got loads of unopened DMs, and it's not because I don't want to speak to people, it's because I don't have time to speak to everyone. But if it pops up on my page, I might see it more. So I think that's probably my best piece of advice. And if it's quite a pricey shoot, you can always go for a lower package and then offer to buy more photos if you like it. Which is another way to do it, because I've done it before where I'm not sure if I'm going to like these photos, so I might only offer to book a package to buy 3. But then once I get them, I might be like, oh my god, I love them, I want 5. And they're not going to turn down me offering more money for work that they would only have to do for the editing. So that's another option, is just go for a lower package, and then
it's really good. I'm always like, you know, when they send back the proofs and then you're like, fuck, how do I choose them? They're like, choose 5, and I'm like, I chose 10. You choose what ones I can have, and then they usually give you some for free anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. That does happen. But, one of the things with that is, in terms of like choosing the photos, is it depends how they come, but I always print screen them and then put them into a favorites folder on my phone per outfit. So say I've got I've favorited the ones I like, I print screen them, I favorited them, and then I'll give my phone to my fiance, or I'll send them to my best friend or something like that, and be like, which one's best? Because you will look at your nose, or you will look at that, your ears sticking out too much, or something random like that. No one else is looking at that. They're looking at the picture as a whole. So if you pick the ones that you definitely know that you kind of like, but you're not 100% on, everyone else is going to be honest. And it's like, at the end of the day, the people that you're sending them to, you're going to trust. You're not going to send them to a random stranger.
Yeah.
So shout out to anyone who I send my pictures to. Thank you very much for choosing them. And if you don't like them, then it's not my fault.
No, that's really good, because it's true. You're just super critical of your own pictures, aren't you? And sometimes it's so stupid. Back at
pictures that I did at a photo shoot last year or something, and I hated them at the time, and now I'm like, why didn't I post them? I can't post them now because I don't have that colour hair, or I don't have nails, and it's obvious they're old. And it's like,
how do you have the self-control to keep them back, to kind of drip your content out? Because I'm literally like, look at me, oh my god, these are amazing, and then it's like, okay, you've got no more pictures to post. That was 2 days, 20 pictures.
It actually works out really well for me to do that, because I force myself to do posts in between. Whereas if I didn't have those, I'd be like, oh, I don't have anything to post, so I'll just leave it. But if I know I want to post that one, I'm like, well, I've got to post 2 more pictures before I post that one. So I've got to get 2 more pictures, and then I'm up, like, I'm more up to date with my Instagram. So like that actually is quite, like, I've got the self-control, but it actually makes me work more, if that makes sense. So and sometimes if I really want to post it, I'll post 2 in one day or something like that. But you know what, I'll be honest with you, my Amy Leigh-Quine page, I have no like heart for at all, because I started off, I took some advice again. Every time I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll do what everyone else says. And they were like, only put modelling pictures on there. Yeah. But that's not me. Yeah. So not being able to show my personality, I felt like I was getting a bit overwhelmed having 2 accounts for a start. And I ended up not showing any of me on my ALQ page and just showing my modelling pictures. But then I felt like I lost myself in that. So if I could go back and have posted those on my ALQ page, I would have done it. Yeah. Like 100%. I don't care about the followers or anything like that. Like, that's not why I do Instagram. Yeah. I love modelling, and I like sharing my pictures, not for the likes or anything, just because it's what I love to do and what I always have. I mean, when I was first modelling, doing fashion modelling, no one's ever seen those pictures because I wasn't allowed social media. Like, I haven't even seen half the pictures. Like, so crazy. It's honestly, and that was when I did that as a job. Yeah. So like that was my income when I was, I think, 18 to 21. Yeah. And yeah, like I don't even have half of them. And it's just like, I have my Instagram as a photo album of my life. I love, every so often I'll just go back and be like, how did I, at that time, how was I thinking this? And like, I should have been so proud of what I was achieving and stuff. And being able to go back and think, God, what was I thinking? Now made everything that I'm doing easier and more enjoyable. So like when I'm doing a photo shoot now, I'm not thinking about like, oh my God, I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, I'm not lean enough, I'm watery. Yeah. And so I'm not thinking stuff like that, because I know that I've looked back at old pictures and gone, you're crazy, you should have just enjoyed it, because this is what you love to do. Yeah. And if I didn't have that to look back at, then I wouldn't remember. It wouldn't be that reminder. So that's why I would never like take down my old Instagram. And if anything, I would choose to move back to that one and carry on just posting modelling pictures on that one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like I'm good at modelling, but not Instagram. I've got my fitness Instagram, which is this one. Yeah. And then I got my personal one, which was before I started training, because I started so late. And it's like, I always feel like that Martina Loebenberg one is my face and my personality. Yeah. And this one is my body and my sport. Yeah. But I don't use the stories of the personal one. I only use the stories on this one. Personality in your story. Yeah. But it's such a weird mix. And if I could go back and change it, I would just have one. Yeah. But 100%. It's too late now. No. And it's quite nice, like, those pictures on my personal one are the key photos of my life, of my memories, you know, like the cute things. It is just a photo album. Yeah. Whereas this one is a bit more about engagement and speaking to people in the community and, like, looking buff sometimes. Like, when I look buff. Yeah. So, for... hair and makeup,
Do you tend to go with an MUA, or do you do it yourself? Like,
do you know what? This has actually been a subject that's come up with a photo shoot I'm doing in 2 weeks, because I do nothing myself because I can't. I'm terrible at makeup. Like right now, I'm just banking on the fact that the lighting is terrible in this house, because my makeup is like kind of half. My eyebrows are awful. I just put foundation over my eyebrows and then baby wipe them off. I can't do makeup.
I'm terrible at hair. It literally just looks like this all the time. And the running joke on everyone is if I would ever brush my hair. And I'm like, I did brush it when it was wet.
Yeah, I was like, I brush mine when I get out the shower. And then it's like straight one day, and then it's a ponytail, and then it's a bun.
I let someone else do it.
Yeah. I mean, my 6-year-old stepdaughter does my hair half the time because she's better than me. So my advice in terms of like hair and makeup is, so it really depends on the style of the shoot. So like if you're doing a natural fitness shoot, you don't want to have like full face hair and makeup and stuff. And that one I might do myself because you want it to be realistic.
Yeah.
Whereas like there are other times when see, it's difficult because a lot of the time I do photo shoots for brands.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing photo shoots for brands, it's up to them. It's up to what they want. But with mine, I tend to get a makeup artist because I'm no good. Yeah. Also, the way I see it, and I'll give you a very good piece of advice, which is irrelevant now because of lockdown, but if I need to get my makeup done, MAC. If you go to MAC, they do your makeup for you for you spending a certain amount on products. Yeah. So my thing about the reason I don't like doing my makeup for a photo shoot is because I don't wear much makeup if I'm not doing a photo shoot or if I'm not going out, which no one's doing at the moment. Yeah. So I've just got like my basic. I've got foundation, bronzer, mascara, eyeshadow, lipstick. That's it. Yeah. I can't wear that for a proper glam shoot. So if I spent all the money that it would cost to do a full face of makeup, as well as all the time and labour doing the YouTube video tutorial, I may as well have just spent 50 quid on makeup. Yeah. That even though I wear the same thing, I can always top up on foundation, mascara, and the stuff that I wear all the time without having to go and buy different colours and this and that. And the fake eyelashes that they do in MAC as well, if you buy them once, that's included in your 50 quid and you can take them back and they'll use them again. So then you can buy something else. Yeah. So that's what I usually do, if I'm honest. Yeah. And then sometimes the photographers offer makeup artists and stuff like that. But then if you literally have no idea, what I would do is go on to the photographer's profile and see the makeup artists that are tagged in pictures that people have tagged pictures of the photographer in. So models that have used makeup artists, because sometimes they're more local to the photographer than they are to you. Yeah. So that's the other thing I'd do. But yeah, hair, I have, no, they're not in there, some curly extensions. And I will literally, that's what I wore in my last photo shoot with AK. So they clip in. I did like, I think I don't have much hair. I split my hair into two, did 2 curls, roughed it up, blended it in. Yeah. And then all I literally had to do, it took me about 30 seconds to clip in the extensions. And I've got a hairstyle and I can keep them. And it's not like I have to worry about that, but it just makes it a bit more glamorous. Yeah. And then you can take them out. Like I just whipped it out. It took 2 seconds, had a completely different look. And that's what I did on stage last year. Not last year, the year before.
When you did the 2 categories.
Yeah. I did 2 categories. I had one set of curly extensions, but my hair was a bit shorter then. So it kind of blended into the curls at the bottom. And one set of really long straight ones. And I just clipped them in, clipped them out. I think I had a ponytail for my fitness routine, and then I put the curly ones in. So that way you can get different styles as well. But I'm really not good at hair. I can't do French plaits or anything like that.
Do you know that's my lockdown goal, is to learn how to do a French plait. I am 38 years old and I don't know how to do a French plait.
Honestly, I've tried, but I'm so like cat-handed with my left. They put me in a mirror and it's like the opposite, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do it. So what I started doing, instead of the French plaits, I do like 2 little top knots here,
Yeah.
and then gather a bit more hair here, and just do the hair bands down so that it looks like French. It's the same sort of look.
Yeah.
No, I can't do
that. We got 4 minutes left.
Oh,
I love putting everyone on the spot, and you're the worst one. Any last tips, pearls of wisdom, anything we haven't covered that you want to quickly talk about? What about tanning, actually? Do you always tan?
That was the other thing that came up about this shoot next week. I hate fake tan. I never wear it, ever, 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 ever. If anything, I've got this. Oh, Jesus. It's wobbly. I've got this stuff, cocoa butter tinted moisturizer. But I would rather go to a photo shoot pale than streaky. That's how I see it. And I think a lot of photographers would. However, if I'm doing a physique shoot, I will go and get a spray tan, like in a booth. I personally can't do fake tan because I sweat so much. It's not because I dislike it on other people or anything like that. I just sweat like buckets. So when I'm training, like especially when I was doing CrossFit, I'm not doing that anymore, but when I was so sweaty, and I just think I like to wear white as well. Like white's a nice color, so if I wear white and I'm sweating fake tan, it's just not ever gonna be a good look. So I personally don't, but if I was doing a physique shoot, I would get a spray tan. Like
show those muscles off. I can do. Some people do their shoot the day after their competition, and I just think, is your tan okay? Because I wash as soon as I get off stage. I'm like, get it off me. Like,
my tan after stage lasts like a week, like nicely. I don't know. Maybe
but
I don't
it's
shower
not. They
often.
don't tan your face as well, or your hands.
Oh, I always make them tan my face.
Do
I always
you?
tell them to, yeah.
Oh, I never do. I just do up to my neck, and then it's makeup.
No, I literally come out looking like a different human being. I actually remember my mum, when I think it was the first time I ever got a spray tan, I was 17, and my mum was like, oh my God, who's in your bed? Like, it's a joke because my tan had developed and I was really tanned. I looked like a different race. And I was like 17. I was like, oh my God, what did I do last night?
Because you just used to go the darkest tan as well, right?
And I was like, honestly, I was so confused. It's the first thing she said to me when I woke up, and I was like, who's in my bed? And she was like, oh, I was joking. It's you. A different colour.
How hungover were you, girl?
I don't know. I think I stopped probably drinking at 18. Started to get a year ago.
Yeah. It's lockdown living, mate.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've got like, I mean, I don't have much when I drink, but I'm inclined to be like, yeah, sure, I'll have the cider, I'll have a glass of wine. I never would have done that before.
Yeah.
Like, and now I'm just like, yeah, sure, I don't know.
Relax, right? Enjoy it.
Life's a bit more stressful these days.
It's meant to get easier as you get older. It gets more serious.
I think they mean retirement, you know.
Well, thank you so much. It was honestly so useful. I'm going to put this on my IGTV and on my YouTube, but I'll do a story and tag you in it so you can reshare it. So if any of your followers want to watch it, they can just click on my name.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. It was really, really good.
And thank you. Piece of wise words is you are the shit. Like, play music. I'm not joking. Play music on your way to the shoot. Girl boss music or guy boss music if you're a guy. And also, like, I'm not joking, sex song. Like, it just gets you in the mood for a shoot. Get your curves out. That's my piece of advice. I do it when I'm at the gym as well. On glute day, I'm like, got my sex music in my playlist, like squat, But it just gets you in the right like mood, frame of mind to get your glam on.
Sass on. Well, thank you so much. It was amazing. Thank you to everyone who watched.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.